ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. For a late night session, yes, indeed. But it's good to be back with you folk here on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, the road to 1,000 subscribers as always. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. Our last show did good numbers on our Melissa Ford show. And yeah, of course, never. Melissa Ford never fails to discipline, ladies and gentlemen. Never, ever, ever puts herself in a good sort of way. Lord knows she's had her man hating, and it will continue to the ends of time. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here in Talk Live on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. How y'all doing? I've been enjoying the World Cup lately. I've been enjoying. Yes, I'm good here. I believe so. Yes, yes, yes. Back here on the World Cup watch, World Cup duty, and two of my three predicted teams to make the finals have already made it, and those are France. That made the semifinals. Sorry, that is France and Spain. They are both in the semifinals, as I predicted from the start. People didn't believe me, but now they know because I know the game pretty darn well, and I know which are the deeper teams. And the deeper teams include France and Spain. The only one that I'm missing right now is England, and they play tomorrow night. And yeah, looking forward to seeing that. And looking forward to quite simply see Argentina be put out because quite simply they have been the most inhospitable of guests in our sunnier climes, ladies and gentlemen. And needless to say, their racism goes over a treat with me. So again, thank you very much for joining me here at Talk Live. Shout out to my man Rafa, who's a one of the good Argentinians out there, ladies and gentlemen, who doesn't fall to the depths of racism of his fellow countrymen. But yeah, if you know, you know. Do your research on the Argentinian nation and what they consider themselves and what they did to become them to make themselves pretty much all white, ladies and gentlemen, and spew the hate that they do all over throughout South America and the world, especially now during the World Cup. Anyways, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I was just going through the algorithm. I was going through, my list of shows that I could do on a myriad of subjects, ladies and gentlemen. And what came to mind, quite simply, what came to mind was indeed Lizzo. Now, Lizzo has recently come out with a new album called, I think it's Bitch, that has come out as of I think it was June 5th or something, like June 5th, June 6th, and right now it is on nickel sales, ladies and gentlemen. It is hit rock bottom in terms of sales, and well, instead of calling the music crap, Lizzo insists on blaming everything under the sun for her album sales, as you will find out tonight. And what we'll also find out tonight is indeed that this is shout out to Lana BK, that this is indeed a comeuppance for. Let me just adjust this for a second here. Bang bang, bong bong. Okay, we're good. Yes, this is a comeuppance for all her past misgivings, which we'll cover here tonight on Talk Live. What do we got here? That's one of her fave words. Yes, indeed. Comeuppance? Yes, indeed. I don't know. It's comeuppance. Anyways, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, on Talk Live. Yes, the chats are going and they are flowing, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Lizzo has received her just desserts, and she ain't eating them on camera as she usually does, ladies and gentlemen, in order to garner attention for herself. Because Lord knows, she is a foodie, a fatty. Sorry, foodie. Anyways, so we are going to delve into the reason why her album sales have been trailing, and as stated in the title, well, she blames it on a particular reason, and it has to do with something that is YouTube based, quite simply, and that is called the algorithm. But let's get into the subject right now and Talk Live, ladies and gentlemen. We are following the video of the one and only Michelle McDaniel. Now, again, I have a love hate relationship with Michelle. I think Michelle's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. 1.13 million subscribers with her. She does magnificent work here, quite simply. But some of her takes are indeed, yeah. I mean, she's part of the feminist echo chamber, but she does call out hypocrisy when she sees it, and that is what I have to applaud her on that. She is a straight shooter. Lionel BK says she has a song that says "I love you, bitch. I love you, bitch." Oh, okay. I saw "I los you, bitch," but yeah, well, it's yeah. Well. I love you, bitch. Well, again, isn't that the usual greeting for all of the Rainbow Academy, or should I say, the Alphabet Gang? Anyways, we're gonna just continue with this, and yeah. So she blames it on the algorithm and many other things, ladies and gentlemen. The reason for her record sales has fallen, but we are going to come with some, Michelle McDaniel, as I was speaking of, usually a straight shooter, but she does indeed have shots with red pill, which are return fire can be launched. But again, that is not why we're here for today. We're here because of her stance regarding Lizzo, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one thing that Michelle McDaniel is a straight shooter on is indeed her her looks at on the hypocrisy of you know of what should I say? Yes, fat love, if you want to call it. Um, Basically, body. Her condemnation of all things. All things fat. She doesn't believe in body positivity. That's the word I was trying to find out. She doesn't believe in body positivity. She doesn't believe in fat acceptance at all. She believes that what the things are happening here is that females like Lizzo are killing themselves. So Lizzo did the right thing. She's lost some weight. However, she's done other things to not garner the respect of her peers, of her fans. But she blames it on the algorithm. And we're gonna get into it tonight on Talk Live. So let's get into this video called "Lizzo is Losing It" from Michelle McDaniel. Do like, subscribe, Michelle McDaniel doing wonderful things to YouTube streets. And we're gonna get into this right now on Talk Live, ladies and gentlemen, as we move to the tubious, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. Bang. Yes, we are. There we are. And so let's react to this video from Ms. McDowell. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I think she did a fabulous job in covering the controversies that involved Lizzo's life and eventually led to her eventual downfall here on Talk Live. So let's get into it. Lizzo is losing it. Michelle McDaniel, like and subscribe to her as we react to this on Talk Live. Oh, there you go.
Is not many. She's fat, and that is not rude. She made a whole tweet saying that loves when people call her Fat Lizzo. So, all right, today we're gonna talk about Fat Lizzo because the internet has been throwing around the phrase Lizzo is crashing out. And I thought that, well, maybe people think she's crashing out because it's a new TikTok dance. I mean, let's be honest, some of those are a little weird and maybe people were confused. But no, that's not why Lizzo was crashing out. And then I thought, well, maybe it's the lack of eyebrows. But nope, not that. And then I thought, which was the most reasonable answer, I thought people were piling in on Lizzo because, well, the allegations from years ago. And she's upset that it's resurfacing again.
All of this came literally out of nowhere.
But nope, that wasn't it either. So then my interest was piqued and y'all, I started watching videos and started saying, girl, why the hell are you on a toilet? Anyway,
Yeah, she did that.
at one point, fat, screaming on toilet Lizzo gets so close to identifying the actual reason people have checked out of her content, but then somehow misses it by a mile. And well, since I have no one to talk about this except for, well, your cute little foreheads right there, let's talk about it. I have been out of the Lizzo loop for a while, and maybe you have too, so let's catch up. I know she's been on a weight loss journey for a while now, and many people are worried that she's gonna lose too much weight. She's gonna be a little skinty queen, and they won't have their obese black queen.
Now, let me say this right here as I move myself over into the middle of the page. Lizzo, sorry. Let me move that back. There we go. I'm talking about me. One thing about Lizzo right here is the fact that she has done the work. Now, again, a lot of this could be Ozempic. A lot of this could be, uh, was it Manjaro? A lot of this could be True Tried, anything. But in order for that to take, she has to do the work. She has to get in the gym. She has to get the cardio. She has to get in shape. And Lord knows she has. She's lost a substantial amount of weight, as can be seen here, and she has to be commended for it. She has to be commended. Give Jacqueline her jacket. She has done tremendous work in terms of getting her into shape. even though there is some damage done, she's trying to rectify the damage, and she should be commended for it. Let's continue.
To make themselves feel better about themselves anymore. So when I got on her TikTok, I got a little worried for the people who are worried that she's gonna get too skinty, because her TikTok handle is just Lizzo. But don't worry, unclench your butt cheeks. Her Instagram handle is still Lizzo be eatin'. And y'all, she still be eatin' a lot. I know you guys have heard of cereal. I know you guys have heard of donuts. But have you ever heard of donut cereal? That's right, someone saw James Bola supplement cereal with Oreo cookies.
Cereal, I love it.
And said, you know.
All right, I'm not going to encourage that sort of behavior here. The fat acceptance, body positivity behavior that literally Lizzo thrives on, and has her weight fluctuating like a yo-yo. But we're gonna move it on here to another stage, point in stage in time. Wait, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, she can do it right here, and we'll go from here, and we'll talk about her time with who is it now? I believe it's Chili's. Yes, her Chili's ad. Let's continue.
Because she did a whole collaboration with them.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce.
I don't want to get copyright strikes. She was just singing about Chili's chicken and stuff while holding ribs. I can't show you that audio, but I can show you the whole commercial they did together, where we get to see her acting skills.
Listen, I don't care how good Chili's ribs are. Lizzo is never singing the Chili's rib jingle, okay?
I mean, clearly now we know that that was a whole lie, but even without that little clip that I showed you of her singing, I think the Chili's rib jingle, which I never knew they had a Chili's rib jingle, that she definitely would sing it. Her name's Lizzo be eatin'.
Well, I want you to tell them that I will never, ever, wait, how much?
Yeah, Lizzo will never miss this trick in order to get into a commercial with regards to her eating anything of any substantial caloric intake. Let's continue.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby.
See, told you, didn't take much to get her to start singing about some baby back ribs. I'd sing it. I like ribs. I've never had Chili's though. Is it good? Because I don't know if I trust Lizzo's review since she probably got paid by Chili's. And well, she's singing the song.
Chili's, baby back ribs.
Okay, scratch what I said in the beginning when she was singing that first song.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce.
I think that's just something else. This is the song I know. This is the song that I would shake my booty cheeks to.
Chili's, baby back ribs.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that it's that time of year in Barbados and in Toronto where the world's largest street festival, the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, and also crop over in Barbados is happening. So you'll see a lot of this. A lot of ladies in Wait. Let's take that back for a second. Just a second here, because you have to get it in full bloom and flow. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Chili's, baby back ribs.
Yes. There we go. Well, you saw the booty there, over there. You know, you're gonna see a lot of that. At least I'll see a lot of that, and I'll enjoy it. Why? Because it is that time of year. I wish I was at crop over, but I'm here, which is pretty darn good. What happens on that day stays on that day, if you know what I mean. Let's continue.
What? You ain't ever twerked your booty cheeks for some ribs before? Anyway, she sang her rendition of Chili's Baby Back Ribs song and she got really into it. Like, this girl does not play with her ribs. She had a whole paintbrush dipping it into their rib sauce. And then she wiped the barbecue sauce from her mouth with her money because I guess she's that rich.
I thought that was pretty tasteful.
Which, I didn't understand that part. Do people who go to Chili's wipe their mouth with their monies and they carry cash? Or is that just...
Well, they do save a lot of money in Chili's from what I hear. Yeah.
Rich people stuff because she's got a lot of money and she doesn't like to wipe her mouth with regular people napkins, so she has to use the extra change in her money, which is... Well, that, because she a rich bitch, which is not rude. It's the title of her new album. Well, I guess the bitch part is crossed out, but we'll get to that in a second. I was curious about her allegations and the whole lawsuit that's going on currently, because if you remember, she made that whole announcement on the Keke Palmer show, acting like the whole lawsuit was kind of over. And she won the whole thing.
He looked at the evidence and said, okay, we can't allow this to go through because the evidence was evidencing against the claims.
Yeah.
So
Okay, if you're gonna believe the evidence is evidencing against the claims, you'll believe anything. And look who she's talking to, Keke Palmer, the poster child for, well, I would say part misandry of using men's sperm for her own benefit and not allowing the baby father to get visitation of said child. She also likes singing, displaying her goodies in front of one usher, who's a home wrecker. But he learned from the best. Allegedly, he learned from the best, and allegedly, he's a home wrecker. Let's continue.
Is a big victory.
Everyone was like, wow, I knew it. I knew my big, beautiful queen was innocent. Play your flute and slap your booty cheeks in my face. And then other people read the lawsuit and said, well, it's still going on. They just threw out the fat shaming allegations. Lizzo, you didn't win the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the thing that everybody fails to realize. The lawsuit is still ongoing. The fat shaping part is the only part that's been thrown out, but there are other claims within said lawsuit that are still very valid and can be backed up by witnesses. So Lizzo still got a whole heap of trouble on her behalf. Now, hopefully, her fans will stick with her on these said allegations, but well, we never can tell. Let's continue.
Have a whole video on the allegations in this video right here. But from what I can remember from the top of my head, a lot of her dancers said that she was extremely rude. She was verbally abusive.
She actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles.
Sorry guys, just rewinding this back to those last bit of allegations there. Let's continue.
She was extremely, well, touchy-feely. And one of those touchy-feely claims included extremely rude. She was verbally abusive.
She actually balled.
Yeah, see, that's the lawyer, and these here are the witnesses to said crimes, to said claims, which are still in court. And as you can see, they haven't missed meals either. Let's continue.
Up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles.
She fat shamed them, and she was extremely, well, touchy-feely. And one of those touchy-feely claims included a banana, a dancer, and shooting that banana out of a certain hole. And so many people after that came out was calling Lizzo extremely manipulative because
someone called that vagina abuse. Vagina. Okay, we can go down a very deep, dark road here, but we're not going to do that. Let's continue.
she made it seem like she won the whole lawsuit, when in fact the judge only threw out the fat shaming lawsuit. Because let's be real, what the fuck is a fat shaming lawsuit? Especially in a dancer community, you gotta be able to move and dance. Anyway, so the other lawsuit was going around and she actually talked about it.
I've had some victories with it. One of the accusers dropped the.
Okay, there it is. It's the fat shaming part. She's going to mention that now. That's her alleged only victory.
Fat shaming claim. It had no merit in court, as well as the judge dropped most of the claims because they.
Most of the claims are still there. So if you go on to the docket, and if you read the proceedings, if you read the filed claim, most of those claims are still valid. So she's not out of the woods yet. No. Let's continue.
Held no merit in court. I could have settled, but I'm a woman who's not afraid of the truth coming out, so I'm continuing to fight.
Now, again, she should be afraid of fighting / suing simply because, well, she has an album to put out there, and she doesn't want to lose face with her fans. What a lot of people would do in these circumstances would, settle with said, as in other controversies as such, settle their claims with their complainants and sweep it under the rug and move on and have the best album launch and press tour possible. However, Lizzo didn't get that message. She didn't get that memo. Let's continue.
Really excited for all of the claims to be dropped and for us to just move forward.
So yes, Lizzo is not backing down from absolutely any of the claims. I think the fat shaming one was the least of her worries. I'd be worried about, well, the SEX-UAL ones. And many people are saying this is probably why she is crashing out, because she had an album recently come out and y'all, nobody was listening to it. And when I say nobody, I mean only 2,650 copies were sold.
Let's analyze this 2,650 copies sold. Well, that number could go up by 1,000 by now, but not exactly a good look on Lizzo's part. This is one of the more reputable music stars of the last decade, whose last album went, I think, double or triple platinum. And yeah, for this to go double and triple cardboard is, well, the record company ain't gonna be too happy about this. Let's continue.
Compared to 39,000 previously. And while Lizzo was coming up with all the excuses.
And I hate a celebrity with no self-awareness. Why is Lizzo on here acting confused as to why her album flopped?
So for a while,
Okay, and why do you have a bonnet on your head? Are you a lady? Are you alphabet gay? If you are, happy Pride. Oh, sorry, Pride month's over. You can take the bonnet off now. Let's continue.
On here acting confused as to why her album flopped.
So for a while now, Lizzo has been going and getting interviewed about the current allegations that were going on in her lawsuit. I would think she's doing this to try to save her career. Keep talking about it and telling her side and being so completely open might get the universally loved body positive icon back into people's good graces, especially before her album drops.
I just want to continue to think about my album and taking the things that I've gone through and translating that into song to help other people.
This seems to be having the absolute opposite effect on Lizzo's career. Everything is tanking for her. Before the album dropped though, and Lizzo acting a little, once again, she was on the toilet, so acting like, well, there was a few things that contributed to her huge downfall. One being, obviously, the lawsuit, and two would be her sticking up for Jay-Z and him being in the files. If you
Yeah, she did not catch that, so we'll just go back and highlight it. Hold on.
the lawsuit, and two would be her sticking up for Jay-Z and
There we go. Lizzo released TikTok video about Jay-Z and files and e-files amid backlash. Yes, indeed. It seems that Lizzo has been speaking out of turn about Jay-Z, thinking that he was one of the attendees of an island we know. An island in the Caribbean we know where young ladies of a certain age would gather with older men and talk about life. Just talk about life. And it was documented on camera. You know, just simple things. But Lizzo doesn't realize that Jay-Z's a very litigious man. Allegedly. So, you know, I would, how should I say? Retract, if you know what I mean. Let's continue.
him being in the files. If you don't know what files I'm talking about, talk to someone in the comment section. They probably know. They will give you the answer. I can't say it on here because I will get demonetized. And my plastic booty cheeks don't like that. But Lizzo would defend Jay-Z in a now deleted TikTok video.
The American people in the comments, I knew she was wrong. Jay-Z, I knew he was... What did it say Jay-Z did? He was there in 1996? Come on, people. Like, y'all are falling for it. It's the easiest, oldest trick in the book. And honestly, I'm losing faith in the average intelligence of the American person.
Not very good of Lizzo to do, going after one of the bigger icons, very litigious icons in music, and without any proof. I mean, she could be sued for defamation there, and it wouldn't be good. So retract, which she did. Let's continue.
Because, come on. Just because somebody's name is mentioned in a 3 million document file of a person's life who's been lived over a span, crimes who've spanned decades, doesn't mean that every single person is an accomplice. He could be mentioned. He referenced Jay-Z once. He was like, oh, we could learn from Jay-Z's business model. Why are y'all, where's the crime? Focus. Anyways, y'all.
So that mixed with the allegations of Lizzo doing certain things to her dancers had a lot of people saying, girl, what the f***, and kind of checking out altogether right before her album dropped and then flopped. The album is called Lizzo, Bitch, with the bitch crossed out, and the theme of what I'm understanding from, well, a quick Google search on the internet is that the album is pretty much about empowerment, vulnerability, and personal growth, and is built
As is most albums, she's following the Taylor Swift, well, fait accompli, really. Ways to a great album, you know. Scorn woman, uh, misogyny, feminism, all the good stuff. Let's continue.
Around the central idea of Lizzo defending herself on her own terms and reclaiming who she is as a person. She is not a predator. She is a big, beautiful woman who loves her body and does tummy time videos.
Have you paid attention to yourself today? Have you shown yourself?
No, can't do that. No, we're moving past that. No. But we're gonna get to the real reasons for this. Let's continue.
Like lesbian mixed with Lizzo. The lesbians. There you go, you get it. Which is one of the reasons she said that she flopped. She said most marketing is online. And if you're a musician, you have to heavily rely on social media. And I saw plenty of people say that they didn't even see promotions of Lizzo's album. And I have to say, I'm a little confused because if Lizzo knows that she's supposed to be online promoting her album, why the fuck is she in the street promoting her album?
My album just dropped and I don't think a poster's big enough, honey.
Well, again, she did do it on TikTok, so that would be considered social media. So she's doing her job, but yeah, I mean, there are, I guess, more effective ways of doing it. Let's continue.
I'm a bitch.
Girl, if you don't hop on TikTok and do a fucking dance, I'm gonna go crazy. I mean, look at Charli D'Amelio. I don't even think she really sings, right? I'm not too sure. It's not my type of content, but I think she just does a little dance and things go viral. Come on, Lizzo, you know how it is. Oh wait, hold up. Next video, she did do a little dance on the streets.
I'm drunk and outside.
Anyway, I don't
Hey, now, listen. Anybody who promotes soca music is a friend of mine. So Lizzo, good on you. I'm drunk and outside, great song. Look it up. Do one of those, Shazam deals. It's a great song. I'll be dancing to it when I'm on the road. The road, yeah.
know if it would have helped because people said that Lizzo's marketing, even on social media, was a little odd. She shaved all of her eyebrows off. I mean, at least she's wearing her merch while she shook her titties in our face. Apparently, people are calling Lizzo extremely delusional because before the album even dropped, Lizzo's own label didn't want to release some of this music. And Lizzo said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about, and if you're not gonna release it, then I will. I'll even promote it myself. And well, she did. Homegirl still in the streets, putting up her own posters.
My label won't hang up posters, so I'll do it myself.
And she did, wearing her merch and her little...
What is with Lizzo wearing scantily clad gear?
My label won't hang up posters, so I'll do it myself.
Yeah, just like that. What is with Lizzo putting her butt cheeks everywhere? She did it at the Laker game. She does it on pretty much every appearance. Sometimes we don't want to see the cellulite. We just don't want to see the cellulite. No. Sometimes we just want to see it covered, dear. That's all. Let's continue. Seriously. Cover up whenever you can.
And she did, wearing her merch and her little fuzzy little heels and her booty cheeks out.
My whole fucking ass is out.
And I have to ask, I'm not up in all the music things and celebrities. Can celebrities just walk the street and like nobody really bothers them? Because she's on the street a lot and her booty cheeks are out right now and people don't seem to know who she is. As in when people are walking by and they almost run into her, she has to say, oh, wait, you're fine. My album comes out soon, by the way.
You're good. Don't worry about it. My album comes out June 5th.
Which in my head, usually if you're really well known, you don't have to tell people that your album's coming out, right? I'm asking this not as to be cheeky, but has Lizzo really declined that much where people don't know that those are her ass cheeks out on the street putting up her own poster for her new album?
It's huge.
Because if I saw Lizzo like outside this window, I would know that was Lizzo's ass cheeks putting up a poster. I'm just so surprised that she has fallen so low that she can just walk the streets with her booty cheeks out and people don't care. And y'all, when I say she's in the streets, she's in the streets. Running, posting, her flyer everywhere.
What's up, y'all? It's Lizzo, and you're watching Black Ass.
She did not say black ass. Oh.
Hey, hey, qu'est-ce que c'est? Hey!
Girl, you know damn well whoever is driving, what is that? France, cars, truck that day, just rips that shit off. You know they did all that running for nothing. And in heels, I know your feet are killing you. Anyway, so the album came out, her record label was right, many people did not like the songs and that's why it flopped. But it was out, so Lizzo had to keep on promoting it. And she, well, kept on promoting it in a kind of a very odd way. One of the songs was called Whose Hair Is This? Y'all, Lizzo is just ripping off wigs off her head.
Whose hair is this on my head?
Obviously, that's not the real song because Lizzo's booty cheeks would copyright strike me immediately. But she was ripping wigs off of her head.
Whose hair is this on the floor? Down.
And I have to say, I actually liked the song, but I like goofy ass songs. I think people want more songs that mean something, and Lizzo did say that she wanted to make certain arts that mean something to people.
See, here's the problem with Lizzo's songs lately. Now, I never heard the album, but this is what I hear from different critics, is the fact that we're dealing in different times right now. Where Lizzo came out, it was okay to be happy-go-lucky and full of hope and body positivity and fat acceptance. And you can send millions of albums because everybody was still singing and drinking and enjoying themselves and enjoying the economy and their jobs and their cars and everything. And now's a different time. Gas prices are up, rents are up, rent is due, and we are going through a recession, of which is Donald Trump's making. So, you know, you don't really want to sing about too many positive songs because people will, get the wrong idea that you are affluent and they are not, and people are struggling. So you need something that will, bring people to another day rather than, watch you, throw your money around. So I think it was an album that was not for the times, if you know what I mean. Now more than ever, you need to be an album for the times. You need to help people through the moment, and that's what she didn't do. But that's my take on things. Let's continue.
Like songs about people's big toes, but it looks like the world wants songs that are, well, emotional and not about whose hair this is.
Whose hair is this? I don't know, but you gon'.
So let's go some of the many reasons why Lizzo said that her album taints. Spoiler, it's not her fault. It's the algorithms. Lizzo says that the algorithm pretty much killed her album Bitch, and that the algorithm is serving things out of order when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when the music is actually coming out. So nobody knew when her album was coming out, even though she yelled it in the streets and stuck her album poster on random trucks. Anyway, I do have to say, I do agree about the algorithm. It has shifted a lot lately, and it has hit pretty much everyone. There's good and bad to this, and I like to look at the good. I think it's good because it gives everybody a chance. No longer does it serve those super popular people and give them like 14, 20, 25 million views. I personally think that's not fair. If you notice, a lot of those YouTubers who were getting like 20 million views per video are struggling a little bit these days to get, a couple million, which I personally love. Not that I like.
So, ladies and gentlemen, she's absolutely right. What the algorithm is now doing is starting to promote smaller producers, smaller YouTube channels, and having them see some light rather than the big YouTubers, big algorithms, musical artists and such, who sometimes don't get it because money begets money begets money begets money. So you want to get smaller providers with good content to get some light shone upon them, and so you don't get basically, because you're starting to see now, once you see a video, then you'll see another video from another artist. But if you go back to that video because you like the artist, then you'll start seeing more from that. That's how the algorithm works these days. But it's not so for Lizzo. So if people aren't clicking onto Lizzo, they're not gonna, Lizzo, just because she is a big star, people aren't just gonna be funneling people to her so she can get richer and richer. Especially when her material is tawdry. Get it? They're not going to be paying her for bad music. They want to pay those with good music good money. Understood? Let's continue.
to see people struggle. No, that's not it. But there's some people that would get so many views for the most mundane, stupid content. Not to say that there's some people that put some boring content up and still get millions of views as they wear a white stained t-shirt and complain about video game characters not being hot enough for them to fuck.
Western game developers are like almost afraid to make conventionally attractive female characters.
Some will slip through the cracks, but all in all, I think the algorithm is giving a lot more people a chance to be seen on the internet. But at the same time, it can really tank your views a lot, and you have to continuously figure it out because it continuously changes. And that has
So therefore, you are pressed to make good material all the time. You cannot just throw something out, throw a lot of garbage out there, and people, and if even though people not receive it, you still are rewarded for it. No, it only rewards good content. It only rewards viral moments. It only rewards people who've put in the work. Lizzo has not put in the work, so therefore she does not get the sort of, you know, rollout that she wanted, the sort of press tour that she wanted, simply because of bad material. So, you know, that's why she blames the algorithm, because she wanted her bad material to get good results, if you know what I mean, right? Bad production, yet good product, but good money, you know what I mean? And it's throwing good money after bad, if you get it. Let's continue.
to be very similar to TikTok. On TikTok, anybody can get popular. In fact, if you're a music artist or an artist in general, you should get on TikTok because there's a chance that you can get viral and you will get your art seen. Eventually, maybe. But anyway, I have to say, I don't think in Lizzo's case, it's the algorithm. I think it's that banana and the dancer, because that was weird. I mean, keep in mind, this woman is a Grammy winner. She was selling out arenas. She is known worldwide. She's not just some YouTuber who got popular with, I don't know, talking about shit in their room or eating multiple cheesecakes from Cheesecake Factory, Shane Dawson. She's a real life celebrity, so it is wild that she thinks it's the algorithm that killed her sales. But when—
Yeah, I mean, this girl is a multi-platinum artist. She's you know, and a Grammy winner to boot. So she is one of the upper echelons in the music industry. So when her album tanks, and you know, she blames the algorithm, how can you do that when you have the best rollout? You can go on TikTok and basically provide your material, and people will see it ad litem, and you know, you're given a good press run. You're given a good press tour. So the algorithm is not killing your material. It's your controversies, as Michelle has said here, that are killing you. It is your material on your album that's killing you. It is, so you're being killed for all the right reasons. Your popularity is going down. It's on a downturn for all the right reasons. You're not producing the songs that people want to hear at this time, and also you've done, I won't say bad things, but naughty things, and you're now paying the price for it. Sorry, Lizzo. Let's continue.
that failed and people said, girl, it wasn't the algorithm, it was you.
Girl, did you not know that you make 2020's Target shopping music? Don't nobody want to hear that shit. We're in a recession. Don't nobody want to hear that fucking wake up, good morning, sunshine, like AI, legitimately.
Yeah, what these people want, like Mr. Bonnethead over here, is they want, how should I say, SZA, old school Mary J. Blige, what's her face? What the hell? Well, they want misery music. They want misery music. They want to cry over their boyfriends. They want cheating music. They want to feel better themselves while they're eating their Haagen-Dazs. Most people, because the times are what the times are. So they want to feel bad. So they want bad music to feel good too. You get it. You get it. You get it. You misread the room there, Lizzo. Let's continue.
They can make better music than that.
She said, oh wait, okay. Well, it's because racism and fat phobia. But this time around, she was prepared for the hate.
Full disclaimer, last time I made a video like this, I got some hate on the internet because people were like, oh, she's just mad that she's flopping. But in person, in real life, real people in the industry came up to me and said, thank you for saying what you said, because everybody else is too scared to say it.
People are scared to talk about the algorithm? I talk about that bitch all the time. because she's a bitch. And that word is not crossed out. Sometimes I don't know what the hell the algorithm wants. Who's afraid to talk about the algorithm? We all know it's awful. Anyway, Lizzo goes on for a while about how she thinks she cracked the code on this algorithm
Well,
thing.
they're not really hating the algorithm for algorithm's sake. They're hating the algorithm because it's, well, turning people away from your material. Because not only is it affecting bad, but it's affecting, good artists. Because, you think artists who deserve more would get more, but they can't. But artists that are good but now are bad can't either. So, the algorithm's affecting everyone, not just Lizzo. Let's continue.
So I'm gonna end this disclaimer by saying I don't really care what somebody on the internet who's never done this before has to say about it, because you don't know what you're talking about, and I do. The algorithm-based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry.
She's right, We'll just forward the laughter because this goes on for a few minutes. Let's continue.
YouTuber, because the algorithm rarely be helping me out. So I do have to chuckle whenever somebody who came up really quick in the industry, and Lizzo did come up quick, specifically around body positivity time, very quickly. Because a lot of those people, YouTubers included, TikTokers, Instagrammers, everyone, when you get to the high quickly, they don't do well when things get really slow. It gets dry as Arizona over here, okay? And that's pretty normal for most content creators. You're not gonna get a hit every single time you post. At least most of us aren't. It's very, very normal.
Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out.
Let me just give my opinion on how I think the algorithm works.
Well, before she does that, there are old ways of promoting your music. You can get on the radio, as stated. You can, this is old technology ways, of course. Nobody really thinks about this anymore. You can get on TV, get on Today's Show. You can do, you can do press tours. You can do press junkets. You can do press runs. They still relatively work. However, so for her to blame social media as the reason why her album tanked, well, I think she needed to try a little harder and, stay out of controversies, quite simply. Let's continue.
People are interested in your content, the algorithm gives it to them. If they are constantly clicking off your videos before they finish or right in the beginning, the algorithm will say, oh, they don't like this. So Lizzo, if somebody watched one of your videos, like your 3-4 minute video of you hanging up your poster in your fluffy heels on the side of the street with your ass cheeks out, and they say, this is weird, and they click off, TikTok isn't going to push your content to that person anymore because they want that person to stay online as long as possible. So they're gonna give them a dog video, a cat video, some old guy dancing around to them so they stay on the app longer.
There's actually no way to successfully promote an album where everyone knows your album is coming.
Well, yeah, not everybody's gonna know you, girl, all the time.
Well, again, there are old school ways of doing it. Promotional tours, as they say, getting on, daytime talk shows. Also, doing concerts, getting on the road to promote your to promote your product. That's a way of promoting your album. That's the way the old school people did. But new age, you got to go through the social media. You got to go through the Instagram. You got to go through the Facebook. You got to go through the TikTok in order to release these things. But there are still old school ways of doing it. But she may be a bit late in terms of her birth. So such is life. Let's continue.
But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber, and Lizzo is a once Grammy winner celebrity person, and she has her own anecdotal evidence.
Where it bites me in the ass is I have a private page. I have a private page with over 280,000 people who follow me because they support me, because they love me. But even when I post on that page, I'm not hitting their algorithm.
So Lizzo is definitely still stuck in that time of I've got X amount of followers on this page. That means X amount of followers is going to see my content, which is not true at all. Let me tell you, followers, subscribers mean absolutely nothing anymore. What does matter is retention, hooks, being interesting, relatable, and consistency. Anyway, she goes on a while about the algorithm and how her content should be pushed to a lot more people.
I have 280,000 people who want to buy my album, who want to see me on tour.
Girl, how do you know all those people want to watch you on tour or want to buy the album? I have over 1 million people on here, and I know damn well if I came out with a song talking about my big toe, not all 1 million people are gonna want to hear me sing about Big Ol' Murphy. Yes, that's my toe's name. Y'all better not put my feet on Foot Finder. Anyway, enough about my foot and back on topic. I think all of the comments are getting to Lizzo because she's saying, well, other people are flopping too. Popular people, not just me.
Virality does not equal album sales. There are people who are super viral whose albums just don't sell as much as their fame. Their albums don't match the amount of views they have on their posts.
And Lizzo is not beating the delusional claims because she is really under the impression that the songs are great and people just didn't hear about it. And every single person on her following list wants and almost needs to hear her music, you know, to feel better about themselves.
So again, Lizzo's still believing that her Instagram followers, her TikTok followers, her Facebook followers, her Snapchat followers, all these people are going to get her the album sales she wanted. So she doesn't have to promote. She doesn't have to tour. She doesn't have to work as hard. Her followers, if they get word of her album, are going to buy it. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Buying impressions are few and far between. You still have to go out on the road and still grind in certain circumstances. That's how it used to be the old way. However, Lizzo still believes her followers are going to, her followers, her Instagram followers, her TikTok followers are going to get her to the promised land of gold sales. But if it's a bad album, not everybody's going to buy into it. A friend's not going to tell a friend so that she can get gold status or platinum status. Well, by a friend telling a friend telling a friend telling a friend. You know what I mean? So, she is not, I mean, she's done a few press tours here and there, but she hasn't really done the work, like, going out, sing, promoting the songs, promoting the album in order to get it to stick and make it go viral. She basically sat back and said, you know what, these are my followers, let them know when it is, and they'll buy it. But if none of your song tracks, to pardon the pun, if none of your songs really hit it on the first swing and really catch a viral moment, no one's going to buy your album because you're not out there promoting it and no one really wants to buy it, especially with the subject matter that you convey. Let's continue.
Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music.
Anyway, she ends this 3-minute rant saying, don't worry, I'll be okay. I'm rich.
And listen, I'm gonna be okay. I'm a big girl. I'm a very successful woman. I have a loyal fan base.
She wasn't posting this video to make her fan base feel bad.
Again, she thinks her fan base is going to get her through these hard times. They are going to give her their hard-earned money. What Lizzo's not understanding is that these fans are broke. A lot of these fans are having it hard and in this hard economy right now. They don't have the disposable income to spend cash to make Lizzo rich. So is she being a bit pretentious in her surmising that, these followers are going to keep me rich? Yes, in a way she is. She's starting to believe her own hype. She's starting to clip her own headlines. She thinks that her 200,000 followers is going to keep her in the lifestyle to which she is accustomed. But quite simply, she's realizing right now that unless you are changing the times, trending towards the times, and producing music that people want to hear, nobody wants to hear it. And they're not going to keep you in your lofty nest for long. Let's continue.
For her, and so they'll buy the album that no one was buying. She's doing this for you, the small artist out there.
I'm saying this to bring awareness.
And then the caption says, don't get me started on how the algorithm is racist and fat-phobic, which I'm a little disappointed. I thought she was going to talk more about the fat phobia.
Now the algorithm's racist and fat-phobic. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. That's what happens when you put up too many posters. You get a little delusional. Let's continue.
And racism in this video, so that sucks. I wanted to hear about the fat, but I guess she just had to throw in the racism and fat phobia into the caption because she didn't have time to talk about that part. That's fine. Anyway, she's still promoting her album in very interesting ways, like putting her music over her food videos, like this one where she's eating I'm not too sure what this is, something maybe from Taco Bell with crushed up hot Cheetos.
Okay, these sort of videos are late, but they're always on time, if you know what I mean. You can take the woman out the fat suit, but you can't take the fat suit out the woman. Yeah. Yeah.
And now you're saying, well, why was that special? Well, the hot Cheetos did a little something to her tum tum.
I don't want to see this. I really don't want to see this. I don't want to know about this. I want this wiped from my memory. I can't unsee this. How dare this woman give me such awful images? Let's continue.
And you know what? The comments are extremely positive. It didn't go viral, but it did have people watching Lizzo on the toilet. So girl, maybe eat more of your Taco Bell chalupa things and set your ass cheeks on the toilet with your music, whatever gets the job done, right? Anyway, while everyone is saying Lizzo is clearly crashing out and all these comments are bothering her and the fact that her music sales are extremely low, Lizzo is saying she's not crashing out. She's totally normal. While she's doing the plug the nose dance that I see everybody doing on TikTok. I'm not too sure what it's called. Imagine
I never got this dance myself, but we're going to leave it right there. Thank you to Michelle McDaniel and her breakdown of why Lizzo be failing, ladies and gentlemen, as she blames it on the algorithm. Uh, but check out her video. Lizzo's losing it. Wonderful, wonderful things. I'm giving a like to this video because it is outstanding. But thanks to Michelle McDowell doing wonderful things YouTube streaks. Please subscribe to Lizzo, to Michelle McDaniel. She's over 1 million subscribers. She does great content. Sometimes she tries to go after the red pill, but but she's a straight shooter, and she does talk about fat phobia. She does talk about fitness and losing weight. She does talk about fat acceptance and body positivity, and how they're basically scams and literal charlatan movements. But again, started by feminism quite simply. But she is a child of feminism. She's part of the feminist echo chamber, so you got to treat her with a grain of salt, if you know what I mean. But she did her thing on this. Shout out to Michelle McDowell doing wonderful things YouTube streets. As we move forward, people, and thank you very much for joining me here at Talk Live. We got it within an hour, so we're going to leave it right there. But tomorrow night, we're going to be discussing, let me see what we got here tomorrow night. Yes, I wanted to focus in on this. Where are you? Here we are. Yes, indeed. Interview with Sarah Fontenot from the It's Giving podcast. I just had a look at that tonight. I thought it was fascinating. Sarah Fontenot is, again, she could be a carpetbagger, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. But she's meeting up with Jeff St. James, and what she had to say tonight, you know what, I'm totally down with. And she is not. I don't think she is part of the feminist echo chamber. So we're gonna get into that. A few captions of that tomorrow night on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed tonight. We're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna get to this J game. They are doing wonderful things over there. I got a 6-2 lead. 6-2 lead there with my man Louis V. Mama couldn't get through to me, closing things out. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get out of here. Maybe I'm gonna get a late night in the gym. We'll see about that. Probably will, because I got a good amount of cardio today. But thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we'll see you tomorrow night. So we're gonna say goodbye to our people here on. All right, hold on. Here we go. Oh God, let's go, guys. I end it now here on Instagram, and we're going to end it right now here on YouTube. So thank you very much for joining me here and Talk Live. Tomorrow night, it is Sarah Fontenot with Jeff St. James. We're going to be discussing some of the topics they had there, especially with regards to love relationships and the love relationships and the intersexual dynamics. That's the name I was looking for. But thank you very much for joining me here and Talk Live. We're going to say good night.